interested to know is that full circle moment with you.
I really want to get to the point that the authority says, no, that is not possible,
Revealed gold.
Probably the most important two things. What mindset we have before we start the project. Always trying not to compare yourself to anything done before that.
I told you it's going to be jam-packed with so much goodness and golden nuggets and wisdom. And you've got to listen to the story of how this entire place of Bocasu restaurant is inspired by just intuition.
What's not perfect, or even on people. I think as a leader, more than as a boss, it's our job to put the right people in the right position.
How have you felt that philosophy has impacted your decision making?
A combination of motivation, dedication, and capability. If you're not motivated but you're capable, it doesn't work. If you're not dedicated, it doesn't work. If you're super motivated and dedicated but you're just not capable,
the most important thing you will ever buy, which hopefully you will never use.
Well, guys, you're making this very difficult for me to sum up this conversation and to end this episode. Thank you, guys. We're out. See you next week. Bye. Woo!
Oh baby, baby, how was I supposed to know that something wasn't right here? Oh baby, baby, I shouldn't have let you go. And now you're right of sight, yeah. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now, because my loneliness is killing me, and I must confess, I still believe when I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign, hit me, baby, one more time. Oh baby, baby, the reason I breathe is you. Boy, you got me blinded. Oh pretty baby, there's nothing that I wouldn't do. It's not the way I planned it. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now, because my loneliness is killing me, and I must confess, I still believe when I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign, hit me, baby, one more time. Oh baby, baby, how was I supposed to know? Oh pretty baby, I shouldn't have let you go. I must confess that my loneliness is killing me now. Don't you know I still believe that you will be here and give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time.
What a start to the show. Hit me, baby, for the 5th time. This is the 5th time we're going live with you guys on YouTube. And that was an incredible performance. Thank you to Lana and Zaruni Sound Society for starting the show in the right vibe, the right energy. Because trust me, today is going to be a big one because we have some amazing stories to share. Because this is about celebrating the fabulous people, places, and perspectives of this beautiful city. And I can't think of two better people to showcase what that means than the two people who are joining us today. So, in case you didn't know what we're going to be covering, the main topic today is collaborations from a point of view of design and functionality. And the space we're in today is one of those fabulous places that I can't wait to show more about in this episode and also next week. So stay tuned. There's more to come for next week's live as well. Right. I'm very excited about this next segment, who's going to be, not only is a fabulous person in his own right, he is a design powerhouse. And I'm so excited to have him on the show because not only was he integral in the creation of the space that we're in today, but also he brings with himself so much experience and expertise that I'm honestly, truly very, very excited and appreciative that he's on the show today. He's actually based in the UAE for a decade now. And the fact of what he's created so far is just the tip of the iceberg, because I know there's so much incredible creativity within this human that I can't wait to share his story with you. He is elegant. He is based in the essence of excellence. And I can't wait to get into this conversation. So without any further ado, welcome to the show, Medy Navani.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Thank you.
Medy, I'm really excited to have you here today because not only do I want to kind of get into what inspires you, what gives you that creative flow, I really want you to kind of showcase, the essence of what makes you thrive. Yeah. So let's start with one of my interesting points, which is all about your intention. What is that part of you that activates the creativity when you start any new project? What inspires you when you start something new?
That's a very good question. I think it all starts with the energy, I feel.
You had to start it with the E word, so the first thing, right? This is one of my favorite words, energy. Okay, I'm with you, I'm hooked, let's go.
Let me go maybe, actually it's 2 decades now. Let me go actually a little bit further back. When I finished university and I studied in Germany, in Hamburg, and I came for the first time to the UAE, and you felt the energy, you felt the motivation, you felt the ambition, the visions people had. They look at a piece of a desert and say they're gonna be this massive, highest tower in the world there, right? I mean, you need a big vision for that. And for a young designer, architect, it was the place to be. Literally, over the years, almost every line on a paper became a building. And that was so interesting. And you felt it and it inspired you to actually plan and design and go beyond what you thought it's possible. And it was very interesting because I thought I bring a lot of expertise. I studied in Europe. I've been to all those beautiful ancient cities and towns and brought all those flavors and colors and inspirations with you to the UAE, and we said, okay, this could be my ingredients I can tap into and shape the city. Close to 20 years later, and this is so interesting, we travel the world and actually we take things now with us from here back, right? I would go back to Germany to our office and I would have tons of ideas of places I've visited in the UAE, things I've seen, and your horizon is expanding. And it's coming back to your question, it always starts with energy. It starts with the environment. This is the first thing you learn at university, actually, when you study. When you want to design a space, you want to build a space, right? So the architecture, you first look at the surrounding of the space. There's a difference if you design in Tokyo, New York, London, or Dubai. If you design in the desert, if you design at the coastline, if you design on top of the hill or mountain. So you need to absorb your environment and let that shape actually the direction the design takes.
I love that. So your starting point is the energy of the space to create what that space could potentially become. Let's go a little bit into, of course, you've got such a wealth of experience in terms of the design and architecture. You've got now based here this boutique design studio with, Design House Medy. And I feel like there is so much within you that I can sense you're still having to give birth to, right? What I'm interested to know is that full circle moment with you. You started off in Hamburg and you built so much experience, but you wanted to bring your expertise here. And now that full circle moment for me is so clearly seen that you want to now take the experiences you've created here and take them back to Europe. So let's go into a little bit of that. What have you noticed that you've learned from the UAE and the region in terms of your design flow, structure, creativity that you want to now feed back into your, business that's based in Europe?
It's actually the variety of possibilities, right? I think every environment we are in, let me say it actually a different way. Architecture is a built space, right? So when you build a space, you create and define something. At the same time, you put boundaries and you put limitations, right? So any space I build, automatically I define this space and it can't grow bigger at that point.
Right.
So being here in the UAE, seeing the variety of top designers, bright minds, and creative people coming and creating and shaping the city, it expands that horizon. As I mentioned, you go back with a different vision. Your perspective of limitation has changed. So there's no such thing as it's impossible.
See, this is what I love. It goes always, whatever happens in your process, in your experience, it goes back to your mindset. And you hit two very important words for me: energy and limitless. So the limitations that you found once were, potential challenges or hurdles, you feel that here is just limitless. Like you have anything is possible, that mindset. How has that impacted you in your creativity when you feel that there is this limitless energy here?
It allows you to approach projects differently. Right from the scratch, right from the beginning, when you start with the blueprint, when you start with a concept. So we have this big sentence written on the wall in our design studio: there is no concept without a story, right?
Oh,
so
love that.
And if the story is limitless and it can be everything, right? So it's about to not just plan and build and design a space. It's actually creating destinations, creating experiences. So if there's no limitation to the experience and to the destination, there's no limitations to the design, right? So of course we are all binded by the rules and laws of nature and construction and structure and physics.
And permissions and grants and
permissions
approvals. Yeah.
approvals.
That brings you back to earth, yeah.
But again, being in the right place. I mean, we have offices in Germany, right? We have offices where we do our operations all around Europe. And you will see, and you can compare it. We have offices in West Africa for many years. And you will see and feel how they approach inquiries. When you submit your drawings, when you submit to the authorities, how open are they to those ideas? And in the UAE, I mean, I really want to get to the point that the authority says, no, that is not possible.
I think on some levels, maybe you might hit that. I think they are embracing creativity.
Yeah.
And you're, embracing that level of whatever you can conjure, they're open to support. Within reason, of course, but I feel like for creatives, this is a beautiful place to be because it does somehow allow you to create from a limitless thinking.
Exactly. And I think there are places around the world like Dubai where these levels of creativity, where these levels of limitations are being taken away, and they want to foster this. They want to foster new ideas, and they invite the best of the best what the world has to offer to come in and bring the ideas. And why not? Let's look into it. And this is the beauty. And it goes back into our design studio as well. It goes back in our DNA as well. We venture in so many different directions. As I mentioned before, safety and security. So not only designing beautiful spaces, but making sure that they actually protect the most valuable elements, which is our lives as well.
Correct.
And we venture into so many different directions. And each direction needs a fertile soil to grow, right? You want to plant the seed in a place where people come and say, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
What else is there?
Yeah.
And not like, stop, hold on, not a great idea, you know?
I think it's the expansiveness of it, that it's more empowering you to create from a place of it's possible, why not? Rather than, no, it's been done. Why would you think that? You know, it's too big. It's too big a thing to launch. That expansive thinking, I think, is one of the elements that really incentivizes creatives to come here. I want to go a little bit more into the times when you're in creation mode and you have this great ambition and you just want to do something that no one else has done before. But you do hear the no's, and you do go into the judgment of someone who says, well, this has been done. Can't you get more creative? How do you deal on a mindset level to keep going despite the naysayers, the people who knock your ideas? Go a little bit into that, because I think as a creative, you're always inspired to create. But how do you continue with your inspiration to create when you're faced with those no's? It's not going to work. I don't believe in this. It's too big to actually work. It's not going to work. How do you deal with that?
So we always paid attention to two things. And I would say these are probably the most important two things. What mindset do we have before we start a project? And always trying not to compare yourself to anything done before that.
Oh, Medy, this is good. We're supposed to wrap up this segment, and we're just starting on one of my favorite topics, which you've just revealed gold, because it is that comparison side. How are you dealing with this?
You shouldn't compare yourself to anything.
Yeah.
Look, you shouldn't compare the city you're living to another city. You shouldn't compare the dinner you're having tonight. You shouldn't compare your relationship to another one.
Yeah.
Because each single person, each single of us is in this place equipped with a very particular talent, with a very particular mission, and that mission has to happen and unfold the way it has to happen. You know, comparing yourself to another person, your success, your ideas, your vision, your concept, it's just by foundation not going to work, because what do you compare yourself to? Right? How do you measure it, right?
Yeah.
How do you measure success? What is success? And I think I thought about it in a very early stage of my life. And I said, okay, let's remove that. Because no matter what we design from an architecture perspective, we design it for one individual. And we need to understand what the person wants. So you will come to me and say, I would love to have this beautiful dinner made with these ingredients. And then it's left to us to cook it in our way.
Right.
And there's no chef in the world which cooks the same way. They're going to be always different tastes and flavors. And it has to, at the end of the day, taste good to who?
The person, yes, correct. Right. Exactly.
And just you.
Yeah.
So why would I compare my dish to somebody else's dish? You know?
Yeah.
Just in a broadband. So I think, don't compare yourself. Just go ahead, and whatever you think is right. You know, and whatever you think is the right approach to it as well, and the right method to do it, and the right ingredients to put into it, just let that creative flow, let it flow.
Do its magic. Yeah. This is one of the most important parts that I feel in every conversation. I always find the core element, it goes back to your mindset. And you've literally hit the nail on the head when it comes to don't need that comparison to be your guiding force, because you just only should compare yourself to yourself in terms of your progress. Where were you before? Where are you now? And how are you improving yourself? And I want to wrap up with one main question, which also has led me to my own personal, let's say, curiosity to understand how our minds work. When it comes to your creative process and you've finished it, how do you define success for you now?
That's a great question. How do you find success at that moment when it's finished? First of all, how much I like it myself. How much I love it myself.
I love that.
If it's finished and I'm in love with it and I want to keep it, I don't want to give it away, then I feel it's right. And I feel it's good. You know?
Okay.
And it's so often, trust me, over these years we have done endless, beautiful projects. And it's a date of the handover. And I said, I don't want to give it away. It's mine. I did it.
I want to keep it. I don't want to hand it
keep
over.
it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So if that feeling is there and I can stand 100% behind it, then I know it's going to be a success. It has the right energy to become a success. It has all the right ingredients to become a success. And I think not a single time I could remember it was not.
Beautiful.
Every single time. When I had that feeling that it's right, the client was in love with it. I think we conveyed that energy even. We conveyed that love for it. And the moment you see the client, the organization you work with, when you see their smile, when you see sometimes tears, so often you see tears, and even don't even know how to deal with it, because you know when you for a very long time work on something, you get used to it.
It's part of you. It becomes part of you.
Right?
Yeah.
But you get used to it as well. So it's not that special for you anymore. And you present it, and somebody is blown away.
Yeah.
And you say, "Oh wow, I didn't know it was so amazing."
Yeah.
But that emotions, that reactions, that is how you measure. That is how you could potentially measure yourself. Actually, that is all what we work for.
I love that, because I feel like once you set out in your career, how you see success can be one thing. And as you're moving through, and if you are evolving, which I feel like as entrepreneurs, designers, creators, whatever path you choose, the evolution of your personal development also feeds into your professional development. And that's why, for me, how you redefine success as you go through your career is so important, because like you've just said, for you, it's that self-accomplishment. It's that feeling of, you know what, I feel proud of what I've done. And you can see it in the client's face. And their reaction just fuels you to continue, which is such a beautiful sentiment. So Medy, oh my goodness, I'm so intrigued by so much more of your experience. And I know that you're going to join us for the second part, which is with our second guest. But I want to wrap up this segment with one simple question, but it's so deep as well. What would be a piece of advice you would give to designer, architect who could potentially want to explore a new market, but maybe doesn't know how, when, even if it's right for them? What would be your advice to them?
Let me combine it with your previous question. If it's one thing, if I have to really sum it up, if there's one thing, how I would define success for myself is that if the work I do is not work, it becomes part of your lifestyle. If you enjoy it so much, what you do, that you don't even realize, are you at work or are you just having a great time traveling and being in a pro? So if you get to that stage where you really truly love what you do, and it's, you know, we always say it's so complicated, it's so difficult to reach that stage. It's actually, it is not, you know, and you feel it when somebody really enjoys what he's doing. Right? I mean, we have these beautiful musicians right there. And when they sing and they play music, you can see how they enjoy what they're doing.
It gives you that energy as well, right?
I would love to ask them, is it actually work you're doing right now, or are you enjoying a weekend?
Well, we can ask them at the end. Why not? Yeah.
And when you have that mindset to be open to anything, to any possibility, to any potential outcome, just go for it, you know?
Yeah.
Everything is possible.
And
there is no limitations.
This is beautiful. Your advice is remove the limitations that are in your mind only and just go for it. Think of everything as possible. And it's a sentiment to the characteristic and the mindset that you've adopted to branch out not only in a successful business you've got in Europe, but also one that you've now set up here in the Middle East. And I'm so happy that you're actually got 2 homes. Who knows where you'll be in the next decade? Maybe you'll have a 3rd and a 4th home. But thank you so much for giving us your time. Thank you for sharing your insights. It's been a pleasure for me to just kind of peel a little bit. I think for me, it feels like 15, 20 minutes is so small a time frame to go into your beautiful adventure that is your life. But I'm just so happy that we're able to at least divulge into that. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Guys, okay, first guest. Yeah, I told you it's going to be jam-packed with so much goodness and golden nuggets and wisdom. Honestly, for me, this conversation is just one of those beautiful flows where you celebrate the fabulousness of this human who is not only a design I am calling him a powerhouse because that's exactly what he is, but he fuels it based on, like he said, mindset, creativity, and limitless thinking. So with that in mind, we're going to hand over for another musical interlude, as I like to call it, and we're going to have you entertain us a little bit more, guys. Over to Lana and Zeruni Sound Society.
بكتاب قديم عم أطوي صفحات كتير رح أبدأ من جديد وأنسى كل وجع قديم كل مرة بوقع برجع بوقف بسند حالي لأني لحالي ما رح أعتمد لا ولا على حدا كل خذلني رح حقق أحلامي رح أبدأ من جديد بكيان عالي كتير رح أصرخ من قلبي رح حقق أحلامي رح أبدأ من جديد رح علي صوتي واصرخ من كل قلبي رح حقق أحلامي رح أبدأ من جديد رح أبدأ من جديد أنا بآمن بالأحلام وبآمن بالدنيا بإنها رح بتحققلي كل شي بقوتي إرادتي رح كمل الطريق لحتى أوصل لحلمي بكتاب قديم عم أطوي صفحات كتير رح أبدأ من جديد وانسى كل وجع قديم كل مرة بوقع برجع بوقف بسند حالي لأني لحالي ما رح أعتمد لا ولا على حدا كل خذلني رح حقق أحلامي رح أبدأ من جديد مكان عالي كتير رح أصرخ من قلبي رح حقق أحلامي رح أبدأ من جديد رح علي صوتي واصرخ من كل قلبي رح حقق أحلامي رح أبدأ من جديد من اليوم ورايح أنا بدي طير ما حدا يقرب مني بدي أعيش بعده القفص الكبير وروح وعيد بدي طير
Guys, I had to hold back the tears. That got me a little bit emotional. What a beautiful song. I think the essence of it was all about hope. And I got to tell you something. It was the first time they actually played that song together. So that was beautiful. Thank you so much. What a beautiful segue into our second guest, who actually, interestingly enough, inspires hope and is destined to inspire people who hear his story. Definitely did with me when I first met him. And I'm so excited to have him on the show because, like I said, this show is celebrating the fabulous people, places, and perspectives. And he's done all three. So for me, it's to call him a serial entrepreneur would be very underrated. I think in terms of what he's accomplished in his career with a huge experience in hospitality, and you've got to listen to the story of how this entire place of Bocasu restaurant has inspired by just intuition. That's why I like to say intuition-led businesses have a purpose and they're a meaningful venture. I'm so excited to have this conversation with someone who not only brings elegance, excellence, and everything that is to the core of him, he's truly a human that you want to watch, you want to be around, and you want to be inspired by. So without any further ado, I'm going to get into this amazing, fabulous conversation with a fabulous person, Tim Albermann. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I should pay you.
Well, I mean, PR is one of my services, but that was purely from the heart. I try to do an introduction that is personal to me about the guest because everyone can Google and figure out who you are and what you've done.
I hope not, but yeah.
Well, I think in your line of business, being security and all of that, yeah, it might be a little bit hard to get some information. But I'm really excited that we're going to have this conversation, simply because 2 reasons. First, when I first met you, I was so just enthralled by everything you've achieved, and the reason why you want to, create more businesses and get involved in new ventures, it goes deeper than what people would deem as it's profitable, it makes sense on paper. And I feel like intention is very important in what you do. So let's start with that. What was the intention for you? And please tell us the beautiful story of how you were inspired to create this amazing restaurant called Bocasu.
I always say it's mental illness, probably no.
Gosh,
but
okay.
no, it came. I think it meant to be kind of.
Yeah.
Started, as you mentioned, security background. I got approached by the biggest bonsai museum in Europe that they want to do something in the UAE and that they need somebody to take care of the trees because of a big value.
Yeah.
And I agreed, and then we talked a little bit, okay, where we put them. And I live in Dubai almost 12 years now. I live in the IFC almost the whole time, and I spend a lot of money for coffee. So I was like, I need my own coffee shop one day. And this is how it started. And I always looked for a place in Dubai where I feel a little bit disconnected, grounded, where I can really focus on my meetings and where I like to be around. And there are amazing places in Dubai, 100%, but there was nothing really like what all merged what I was looking for. Yeah. So this is how it started. And on the way, everything what could go wrong did go wrong. Definitely, I learned a lot. And later on, I put Medy's help involved, and then thanks God it worked out. But it really was not planned like that. And I think this is what I mean with meant to be. How it came together, how this room got created, how every single detail, even how I met Chef Yu from Japan. That was also, I met somebody in Hong Kong. I met somebody in Tokyo who met him in Hong Kong. Through him, I met somebody in Dubai from America. And at the end, I met Chef Yu. So everything meant to be, and that it's really nice to have it. And I'm proud.
I think that's part of your story, is that everything, there is a link to who you meet, the conversations you have, and what paths that opens. So for me, it was really interesting to know in terms of, you have a very fine nuance of paying attention to detail. And I've seen you in your space when everyone is around, and you're how much you value service and experience for your guests who come into the restaurant. I noticed that you do have a very, I don't want to call it relaxed, but you have a very keen eye to make sure everything is done well, but you also very accepting of if something is not perfect, you kind of allow it to be, and there's an acceptance energy that I sense from you.
I think Salvatore Dali said, never be afraid. If something is not perfect, we will never be perfect. I think as a German, it's very hard to accept if something is not perfect sometimes. And I had to struggle with that at the beginning.
Yeah.
But even for my staff, most of my staff doesn't have an F&B background. And I always had the mindset like, I can teach them F&B, I can't teach them smiling. So I found somebody in a Dubai Hills Mall in a soap shop, and just passing by with some of my other stuff, and I was like, talk to this guy, like I like his aura. And somebody I found in a gym, I found in a gallery. So I think it's more about the people. And then also, and that might sound a little bit funny, but who is around the bonsai trees is also important. If you have bad energy around the trees, it's not good for the trees as well. And I'm not very into bonsais before I all started, but I learned that on the way. So energy is for me important. And acceptance is, if I see somebody care, then it's good. Like if I see, okay, they try, they care, they get better, then I accept. If I have the feeling they not care anymore, or if it's staff, or even if it's guests or clients, if I get the feeling I don't care about you, I don't care about your time, I don't care about the service, then that's a problem for me. But if I see, no, they care, they're not perfect, This
is what I love about your concept and your mindset, and it always goes back to mindset. I feel like you do embrace the energy of people. So like you said, you're not looking at, okay, what's his CV, what's their background. It's more like, I like the fact that they smile and they're doing it from the heart. I want them on the team. So the thing that I noticed when I came into this space was the essence that you're bringing in from Japanese culture, heritage, philosophy. One of the things that I wanted to talk to you about was in terms of the philosophy of golden repair, which I believe in. If any of the Japanese people are watching right now, excuse my pronunciation, but kintsugi, I think it's called. The philosophy is that there's no such thing as imperfections, and there is a perfection in the imperfection. I've seen this that is embraced in everything you do, from the bonsai, from embracing people and accepting them for who they are without having the exact background that needs to be met on paper. How have you felt that philosophy has impacted your decision making?
It's in everything. And I believe that to accept that things need more time or things are not as you planned, it's just not possible. And again, I could talk hours about what was wrong in Bocasu and what was not planned and where we had to adjust. I like that, but then you not give on something up what's not perfect or even on people. I think as a leader, more than as a boss, it's our job to put the right people in the right position. Right. And was a German comedian said one time, you can put a penguin in a desert, you can put a camel in the sea. It's not their fault that they will not survive there. So if I put the wrong person in the kitchen or the wrong person at the reception,
Haus, yeah.
It's like it doesn't work, right? And this is, I think, if I'm good in one thing, I'm good in put the right people in the right position. And so far we're going. And then also you need a combination of motivation, dedication, and capability. If you're not motivated but you're capable, it doesn't work. If you're not dedicated, it doesn't work. If you're super motivated and dedicated but you're just not capable, it also not works. So we have to adjust that, and this is the imperfection. And I try to combine as good as I can, and it's not easy sometimes to make a decision, not the right job, but this is how I grow businesses. And I will never forget, I think one of my most successful stories was a employee who worked with me in another company in Germany. He was my head of staff. And after 3 years, he was unhappy. Like you feel, he was unhappy. And I talked to him and I was like, Michael, I think this way is over. Like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I don't know, but I can't do that anymore. I don't want to see people anymore. Like, it's okay, I get it, but what's your dream? I said, I want to make a tattoo shop. I was like,
That's random, okay.
Yeah, and I was the same, and like, you know how to tattoo? So no, but I know artists and I know the people and I like the culture more. And then I was like, okay, how much money you need? And then we talked a little bit about it, and then we opened tattoo shops together.
Oh my goodness. See, this is what I'm saying. You do things with intention, and your choice of yes or no is based on the energy and the aura of the person. If they match with you, there's a vibe match.
Yeah, and if they following a dream or something, that is more important than I don't know anything about tattoo. And especially when we started that, I not even had a tattoo. And that's in Germany, not in Dubai, all legal. But it's really, if somebody is there with a dream, with a vision, and if I have the capability to help or be a part of it, I like that. And I like this energy. And what keeps us young when now we get older? For
We're
me,
getting younger all the time. Come on, Tim. I don't believe in this aging situation. I feel that aging is just, it's like a Benjamin Button scenario. That's how we age. We just get younger and younger. And again, it goes back to your mindset. I think physical well-being is one thing, but emotional and mental well-being does have a massive impact 100%. On how you feel
and
on a daily basis.
I think it's your surroundings.
Your environment,
like yes. The people around you, if I get more successful, super successful, and money really doesn't matter anymore, I would travel around the world in the countries I can choose, not where I have to go now for work sometimes, and would be meeting entrepreneurs, maybe as an angel investor, and really try to help as much people as I can with money then, but also with guidance, with the experience we have. So let's see.
As a mentor, and because I think your wealth of experience and knowledge is able to be utilized in so many different ventures. And one of my curiosities is, I need to wrap up this segment, although I am so curious to know so much more. So I'm going to try and articulate this question to embody so much. In terms of what you are now creating in not only businesses, but also this establishment of Bocasu that you've got, how are you bridging that, functionality with customer experience? Because I think being in Dubai, being in the UAE, we are looking at experience more than anything, right? So how have you found that you've bridged the gap between functionality and customer experience?
I think it's community building, and it's not us, because we don't have a community yet. It's not Bocasu's community. We are too new for that, and we are not making too much marketing, to be honest. And I think the people which we hosting here with the open mic, with the chess club, with a comedy club now and then, and whoever wanted to do something or have a new startup brings their people, brings their community, and then there's a vibe and there's an energy. And I think consistency is important. I think what we do from our service, from our food and quality, we deliver consistently good quality and a good service. Everything else comes organic with the right people. And I think Bocasu is a place, as we are quite dark for a place in Dubai, it's not for everybody, for sure not. Some people come to Dubai for blue skies and sunshine and show off as well. And that's not Bocasu. Bocasu is really disconnecting. It's really ground you. And a lot of people might not like it, but the people who like it, they really, really love it. And they come back and they bringing people, and that's my joy as well, right? To see people have a good time and bring people and showing it around as it would be their place. It's amazing. So I think this is the reason why we work how we work and why we're getting more busy step by step without big events, without big marketing. So step by step.
I think it's keeping it organic, keeping it real, keeping it authentic. That's what this vibe is highlighting to me. I felt it when I came in. And look, I've got to be honest, I like bright open spaces. I like to look out and see, blue skies and all of this. But when I came here, it didn't overwhelm me with the, you've got dark walls, you've got beautiful lighting, because it was done with I felt very secure and I felt very grounded. I felt very centered. And there was a peace in feeling, quiet. That quietness that you sense here, it's very peaceful.
And I think that's important. And again, not for everybody. And I think if you in align with yourself or whatever, then it's more easy, But yeah, I think I made it how I would like to have it, and where it's not my home, but kind of course, I'm hosting here people.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to say I like this place. I want to I feel comfortable. I can sit here for hours, and this is what I created, and I hope the seatings is always comfortable, because there's beautiful places around the world, not just in Dubai, where you think, oh, it looks beautiful, but you sit down, it's not
so uncomfortable,
right?
You don't want to stay.
That was important for me, and the air condition and the sound, and I tried
the lighting.
The lighting is, I think, one of the most
it's
important
so important
parts.
because for me, in terms of events that I organize, or even when we're doing production of this nature, lighting is really important. And I think the fact that you factored that in amongst the design and the decor, again, it highlights the fact that your attention to detail, you want the entire experience to be something where you feel very relaxed in the space. Not like you leave here with high energy. It's, I feel really relaxed. And that's a beautiful, beautiful energy that you're creating here. So like I said, Tim, I can continue having an in-depth conversation with you, but I want to wrap up this segment with one piece of advice you'd like to give to someone who has thought about, starting something which they might not be experienced in, like your friend Michael with the tattoo shop, or you just wanted to start this place because you wanted to have your own coffee shop. What would you say to someone who had an idea, they didn't really know how they're going to do it or who they're going to do it with, or even if they have the financial means to do it, but what would be your advice to them? If they have an idea, what would be the first thing you would say for them to do?
I think it's not a sentence. It would be very long. Manifesting. I think if you not believe in yourself, why should anybody believe in you? I think that is the thing at the end. But there's so many steps. There's so many try and error, failure. Don't be afraid of failure. I think that is. But for me, it's always easy to say, and for me, it was always right. Get rich or try dying. Still trying.
Thank you to 50 Cent for that quote. Yeah, I love that.
I love it, and it's definitely true. And for me, it's easier. I don't have family. I don't have, even Bocasu, why it is like it is, it's not for making money. And a lot of people from the industry will say like, how you make the price, how you make this quality. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. They're like, yeah, it doesn't make sense. So I don't need to feed my family with that. If somebody need to feed family with that, it will not work like that. So how I can judge, but manifesting, and if you not believe in yourself, why should somebody?
I love that. If you don't believe in yourself, why should somebody else? I mean, that is gold for anybody who wants to do anything in life. I think that should be something you should base in your own confidence, comes from that. Whatever anyone says you're able to do or not, you need to believe it in yourself first. So Tim, thank you. I feel like there is a podcast that has to be just a solo with me and you, because this 15, 20 minutes was not enough. And
my first time.
To be honest, I love the fact that you said yes to me. I know you've been approached to do podcasts, but you know what? There is a sense that I feel I love what you are all about, and I'm so happy that we were able to have this conversation. And trust me, I am going to come to you for another episode, because I love the fact that you are so open about talking in the failures that didn't go as planned, because that is one of the core principles of the show. Was born on the failures in entrepreneurship. It's just pivoted totally into a different, hemisphere when I'm talking about celebrating the fabulousness of the city. But failures, it's one of my favorite topics. So I'm definitely going to be coming back to you. So we're going to carve a little date in the diary. Thank you so much for your time and your insights. You're not going to go away, because we're going to have our segment with Medy to return. But we're going to go back to the amazing performers that we've got today, Lana and Zaruni Sound Society, to play another song for us. Over to you guys.
I've been living in my brain with my thoughts. It's not a happy place to stop. I got nowhere else to stay. I got your username. All I do is wait for the block. Yes, I don't know what it feels like to know. One thing's for sure, you won't answer. Day with a heart, it beats for your face to come. On my phone display, I get a call to say I don't need to wait, it's done. Yes, I know you look happy in photos with someone I would like to destroy.
I don't know what it's like, what it feels like to be loved and not afraid. It's okay.
I don't know what to feel, but I think I will wait.
Thank you guys for joining us. Oh my goodness. The music, the conversation. I'm in my happy place right now. I love Sundays. So, you just heard from Tim. And you remember Medy? Now we're going into a different conversation. And this is where one of my absolute joys is seeing co-creation in action. And this is one of the important parts that I wanted to always shine the spotlight on. When people who are fabulous in their own right and pioneers in their own field, but they come together to create something magical, that's truly in essence where you need to have that conversation. That this is a fabulous conversation that I can't wait to get into. So, gentlemen, I know that both of you have created beautiful spaces, businesses, and inspired to do more. What I want to do is talk a little bit about something that you've created, which is very much in need. It's a necessity, and it's based on safety and security. But I want you guys to tell me a little bit about this. I mean, anyone who's looking right now, we have this little product here, which looks so small and so cute, but it's literally life-saving. So over to you guys. I want you to talk a little bit about, first of all, I love the name, Instinct. It's beautiful in the concept. So go into a little bit of how this was created by you, what inspired you to do this product innovation.
It's definitely Medy's idea. And when Medy told me the first time about it, I was like, oh yes, definitely. And I kind of begged him to be allowed to be a part of it. But it's Medy's idea, and this is why, please, Medy, start with it.
Okay, Medy, over to you.
Actually, we have a tagline for it where we say, probably the most important thing you will ever buy, which hopefully you will never use.
I love that. Most important thing you will ever buy, but hopefully you will never use.
Yes.
That's very powerful in itself.
And it all plays together with the idea of, I've been an architect since almost 24 years now, and I had really the blessing to build a lot of beautiful buildings all around the world. And what I identified over the years is that no matter what we build to serve us, but also to define a space for us, but also to protect us, right? Our core instinct as humans,
survival,
going into a cave to be protected from outside. It was a first form of architecture, right? Of a habitable space. But what is so interesting with instinct is we said, okay, let's not build a space which protects us. Let actually, in fact, not do anything from our side. Let us empower the people. Let us give them something that no matter what it is. And today we look at one of many products, right? So this is particularly made for the city where we're living in, the country we're living in. And it is, Dubai is the fourth biggest cities when it comes to numbers of high-rise buildings around the world, right? So if we have so many beautiful high-rise buildings, and we design them so well, and we equip them so well, and we promise all those beautiful form of lifestyles, let's make sure the lifestyle is actually protected as well. So this is our, I don't want to say gift, but this is our calling to give something back to the place where we grew, right? Where we created businesses and which helped us to become who we are today, to give an additional layer of safety, right? And make the safest city in the world
even safer. I love that, because I think the both of you have created something which, and I want you to do a little demo. I mean, not a proper demo, but, open it up and tell us, because when you told me about this, I said, why is this not in every home? Why is this is something that could potentially save lives. And I feel like it's something like you said, it's a kit which you hopefully never have to use, but if needed, it's there for you.
Yeah.
And I want you to just kind of go through it, because I do feel like in product innovation, a lot of the elements are more just, functionally what is needed.
Yeah.
But you've made it not only functional, but also just so aesthetically beautiful in terms of the design of it, how everything fits so easily into it. And then, of course, the functionality is second to none. So go through it. Let's have a little demo.
If we provide something to be used in an emergency situation, in a critical situation. Every second counts.
Right.
So probably one of the most important aspect of it, it has to be intuitive.
Yeah.
You don't have to wonder. You don't need to read a manual how to use it. It has to just intuitively come. So it's very simple. You just basically have a little rope, you pull it. When the fire alarm in the building goes off, you just take it with you and you just walk down. Just follow the instruction which the civil defense and the building management has put everywhere for you. And if you realize that there is fire, and before fire there's smoke, and after fire there's smoke, and smoke is what unfortunately kills.
So it's not so much, this is the thing that I think we all are really fearful of fire in itself, but it's not the fire that's going to kill you. I don't want to get morbid about this, but it's something which is life-saving. So it's more be prepared to, find the solution to get through the smoke.
It is the smoke.
And it's the breathing, it's the air, it's inhalation.
It's unfortunately always a smoke. And keep in mind, every building has usually 2 exit roads, which is the staircases, which unfortunately are also 2 bottlenecks, right? For people who have limitations. I have my parents living in a high-rise building as well, right? So I want to make sure that if the alarm goes on and there's a real fire on the 20th floor and they're on the 26th floor, so what happens to them, right?
Yeah.
So if they have to leave, the biggest risk by far, and this is something which has been taught us at the school and university level, right? Smoke kills.
Right.
It's smoke which causes injuries in our lungs, in our it blocks us of seeing clearly, right? It diffuses our vision. Making it short, it's a fire escape hood. So you just pull it out, you just rip it open, and you just...
Let's not open it right now,
So it's actually very, very simple. There's actually even a little manual showing how you have to do it. You just literally open it, there's a mask, you put the mask on, and it allows you to breathe into smoke.
Okay.
So no matter what environment you find yourself with, right? And it could be an earthquake, it could be a fire, it could be any form of crisis. And there's the most important thing to survive is air.
And how much time does that give us when you wear this mask?
It gives you between 20 to 45 minutes, depend to the layers of smoke, right? How toxic the smoke is. One thing what we learned at university long time back was light color smoke, safe. Dark color smoke, run.
Oh, I didn't know this. Where was I during the university days when they taught this? I was not taught this in school or in university.
Architecture university.
That's probably why. But we should be taught this in schools, right?
I think we should much more, yeah. But this is also one part of instinct, is educate people and empower people to. It's not a firefighting kit, right? It's a fire escape kit, or smoke in this case. And again, when I heard about the idea the first time, especially the combination of have something in your house, like I was a vice president loss prevention for Kempinski. So I was in charge of all hotels in the world for safety, security, internal audit and all that. And in China, for example, in every hotel, mandatory there are masks hidden in the cupboard. The hotel guests mostly don't know about it. And even if there's a fire alarm, one of the biggest studies in China says also people not take the mask, put it on, because they don't know is it a real fire. They not want to look silly. And with this bag, you just have it. You put it over your shoulder. You walk down, and then again, if there's something, you have what you need.
Right.
And this is why the idea is so important, and why not everybody knows about it, because we're not officially launched. It's like a pre-launch, and then we planned in Ramadan or short after Ramadan to launch.
And then the world had different plans,
And then it was also a little bit difficult for us. So like, okay, if we make now a big launch, it also might look not right.
How convenient.
And then,
Yes.
So, and we're selling, and the feedback is phenomenal. But there will be hopefully more.
I'm sure, because I feel like the both of you are excelling in what you do individually. For both of you to come together, your experience in terms of, architecture and your experience in terms of hospitality, both of you are bringing the safety of human lives into one product. I think that's incredible what you've created here. And I mean, I'm a big advocate when it comes to creating new innovative products and services. But this in itself is so needed, I feel like. And I do see this going to be
in everybody's homes, in all hotel rooms. I have the sense, I'm feeling it. I'm putting it out there, like you said in our segments, manifestation. We're putting it out there. So guys, if you do want to know a little bit more about this, if you feel like your establishment, your building, your wherever you are needs this, there is a need. No? Okay. We're just going to carry on. Everything's good. We're good. If, like I said, if you feel like this is something that you would like to take in maybe your schools, your universities, your office buildings, and commercial, residential, wherever it is, there will be in the bottom of this description contact details for Medy and for Tim, so that if you do want to get this product, it is available to be purchased online as well. So support what this product is intended to do and also save lives. So this is the most important takeaway I wanted to share with this. And from that, my last question to both of you, in terms of what you are creating together, I wanted to touch upon what you see in the future from the perspective of hospitality and from the perspective of design. What do you see for the future of Dubai when it comes to those two elements?
Future, I think, you know what, whenever we, from a architecture perspective, from a city development perspective, from an urban development, we look into the future. The question is not actually what the future will bring. The question is how we're going to shape the future. And it's being shaped with what we are doing right now, what we're doing today. So all the steps and all the foundation stones we put down today is going to become our future, right? And we spoke about it at the beginning. This place has no limitations with what could be possible. And when I look ahead and I try to visualize and create this image of how Dubai could be in 5, 10, 20, 30 years from now, I actually sometimes feel I would lack imagination, because there's so much possible, right? There's so much of ability, there's so many talented people here with such a wide range of possibilities, and we have a great leader, right? I mean, the vision our leader of this place has is phenomenal, right? So looking ahead, I would be actually very excited. You know, I am very excited what the future would bring. And I think what our responsibility is today is to shape it, right? So we try every day to make the world a little bit more beautiful, right? By creating and building and establishing, you know, places like this.
Right.
What did you feel when you came here?
I'm telling you, there was a sense of, I'm a very energetic person, as you might have noticed today. But I think at certain times, I feel that silence and quiet is needed for me to have that harmony. And when I came here, I suddenly immediately felt grounded. I felt very at peace. And that's what I shared with Tim. I really did feel that this quiet is, I remembered it feels like home. You know, I didn't feel like, oh, I'm very uncomfortable here. They're trying to make me feel something. No, I felt intuitively just very at peace. You know, and I don't usually expect to feel that when I go to a restaurant or a cafe. To have, you know, that experience is very unfamiliar to me, but I love the feeling of it.
Now, look at this irony. This gentleman had a vision, right?
Right.
In Algoz, a simple thing as of a warehouse could turn to this.
Right,
So
exactly.
where's the limits?
This is, see, what you were saying about have this limitless mindset would create the future. And everything that I said, he is literally just brimming with visionary ideas, and the fact that he's collaborative, you know, that support mechanism is needed. Your visions, his support, this is what has birthed this space. I think both of you are a living testament to the fact that a successful collaboration can not only create limitless possibilities, but a beautiful future. I love that. Oh, guys, you're making this very difficult for me to sum up this conversation and to end this episode. But the last word from you, Tim. What do you see for your future, or the future of Dubai, or the future of Bocasu, or just what does the future look like to you?
Also, limitless possibilities. I'm working on a hotel concept with all the experience in hospitality, and Medy is a part of it. And can't say too much about it now, but it will be amazing.
I know a little bit, and I'm not going to tell you anything,
bit.
but it's one to look out for.
But probably need a year or two more. But exactly what, like, I think the last word, what you said is a little bit the yin and the yang. Like, even all the ideas I had, and I tried at the beginning without Medy because I think he's expensive. You didn't charge me at the end.
That's a good problem to have, Medy. I can't afford you.
But without somebody who even can execute at the end, your ideas are nothing, right? So to work together and then try things together, I think it's very important also. And everything what I did, I never did alone. I always had somebody on my side, or maybe more people on my side. And this is, I think, the future will be not alone. It will be with people, and it will be very nice.
I love that. This is what I'm saying. The essence of collaboration is literally right here. You are living, breathing the concept of coming together and co-creating. And I'd like to thank you so much for co-creating this episode. We're going to hand over now for the finishing piece de resistance with our beautiful band who are playing Zaruni Sound Society, and Lana is going to finish. But before we go, I wanted to first of all thank you guys for tuning in. And also, before you end today, I wanted you just to celebrate someone who's fabulous in your life, who shines that ray of sunshine, and just thank them for being in your life, for being fabulous, because this show was inspired with a massive pivot. We went from sharing failure stories as founders to creating what is this show, celebrating the fabulous people, places, and perspectives. So please do a little thank you to someone fabulous in your life. And if this is your first time watching us, I'm sure we'll see you again next week. So stay tuned. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button right down there. And we're going to be right here in this beautiful venue, showcasing a different spot, but live next week. So thank you so much. We're going to hand over to the guys to play us out. Thank you, and stay fabulous.
Another headache slowly, child is slowly taken. When the violence causes silence, who are we mistaken? But you see, it's not me, it's not my family. In your head, they are fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. In your head, they are crying. In your head, zombie, zombie. Watching the video that you sent me, the one where you're showering with wet hair dripping. You know that I'm obsessed with your body, but it's the way you smile that does it for me. It's so sweet knowing that you love me, though we don't need to say it to each other. Sweet knowing that I love you and running my fingers through your hair. It's so sweet. Video where you're lying in your red lingerie, 10 times nightly. You know I think your skin's the perfect color, but it's always your eyes that pull me under. It's so sweet knowing that you love me, though we don't need to say it to each other. Sweet knowing that I love you and running my fingers through your hair. It's so sweet. And I will gladly break it, I will gladly break my heart for you. And I will gladly break it, I will gladly break my heart for you. And I will gladly break it, I will gladly break my heart for you. And I will gladly break it, I will gladly break my heart for you. It's so sweet knowing that you love me, no, we don't need to say it to each other. Sweet knowing that I love you and running my fingers through your hair. It's so sweet.
It's been a long time coming. I can't run away. Trying to be someone just to feel okay with you. Had to realize I was chasing eyes, now I let it in. No more alibi.
'Cause I don't know what to say. Maybe you and
'cause you held your ground. I leave this now. When it's done, you'll be missing.
To say you'll be you, and I'm afraid it's been hurting me for days, but you'll be you and never change. Done more harm than good, 'cause you'll be you. I lost myself just loving you, 'cause you'll be you. I lost myself just loving you, 'cause you'll be you. I lost myself, I lost myself.
This is the part where I want to first of all thank you guys. You've been entertaining us while we're over there having our conversation, and I wanted to shine the spotlight on you guys. I know this is the first time for all of you to be playing together, which we know Zaruni Sound Society very well because you started this entire live season for us. Thank you so much, because from me just listening to your vocals and your tone, and I told Zaruni, I was like, why are you making me cry? I was getting emotional when you played the Arabic song. I was like, guys, I have to hold it together. I'm the host. But it really did feel something different inside me. So thank you. Just continue doing what you're doing because it's beautiful what you're creating. Thank you guys, as always, to Z, KK, Sana, and John, the amazing crew that you are. And this is the part where I want to just bring everybody who's behind the camera to be on camera. So guys, come over here, please. Everybody come on this side. Of course, our two fabulous guests who were Tim and Medy, come on this side. Come on, guys. Iris, get on here. Come on, Amara, get on here. Lily, get over here. I know you're taking photos. The only guy who can't come here is Jatin, because otherwise you ain't going to see anything. And Aldrin, hello. Do I need to invite you? Come on. Neha, get over here. Everybody, get over here. Lana's husband, he doesn't want to be called by his name. He wants to be called Lana's husband. This is what it took to create this live for you guys today. So thank you guys all for joining. All of these incredible, fabulous people behind the scenes have given their time, given their energy and their creativity to make this happen. And I couldn't have done this without you guys. So thank you. And if you've never heard of this place, Bocasu, put it on your list. Make sure you come along. It's in Quoz. It's in the heart of the city. And when you come here, you do connect with your own heart and soul. So on that note, thank you guys. We're out. See you next week. Bye. Woo! Thank you guys. I've got goosebumps. That's a good show. When I got goosebumps. Ooh, we have something happening with audience. Okay.